Hello Ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games. Welcome to a very special video today. As you can tell from that thumbnail, yes, I'm suggesting that the ARK mobile version could be better than the main full game. Bear with me. Obviously I'm saying it a bit tongue-in-cheek. However, there are some really good ideas from ARK Mobile that Wardrum Studios are currently doing that I think would go amazingly well with the full game. We're going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be discussing Wardrum itself, the studio, talking about the pros and the cons of the mobile game. And are you guys hyped for it? They're sending more and more invites out, so you should be getting more and more invites coming to your emails if you've not received one you signed up. Pretty much doing it on a daily, every 2-day basis, opening it up. I think they've got thousands of people now invited to the beta of it. So if you haven't received it, make sure you check your email, maybe sign up again, go and double check that, and keep informed by following them on Twitter. But ARK Mobile is a thing. Let's go through all the details. So kicking off, every single day the developers Wardrum have been doing these daily posts. They're really full of good information, so if you want to know what it's like, I'm going to leave the rest of the video, so after I'm done talking and yapping, you are going to be able to see everything they've done up until, well, I recorded this. So there's quite a few. It is a long old video. Obviously I'm going to break down just the quick overview of it if you don't want to watch all of that business. But if you do, if you want to see every single aspect of it, then go ahead and watch the rest of the video. Otherwise I'm going to paraphrase what exactly is included. Okay, so first of all, Wardrum Studios are the guys developing ARK Mobile, so there's no good going and harassing anyone that works on Wildcard for answers about stuff to do with the ARK Mobile version. They aren't touching it. They have said in the past that they wouldn't know how to really do a free-to-play game. That's why they kind of stopped working on Survival of the Fittest, their mobile, not mobile, but their Battle Royale game they was working on, because they couldn't work out a way to put free microtransactions in it, because it is a free game. So they've get other companies to do this, and Wardrum is a really experienced company. They have ported over a bunch of Grand Theft Auto games, so there really is a high caliber of quality, because normally I would say that most of the Grand Theft Auto games that came out on mobile were really good ports, and they've done a lot of work like that. They've also ported a lot onto console as well, so they've got a really good history around them. I think that's a pretty good thing for Wildcard to reach out to a big company like this. Is a really good idea, and believe it or not, they've done that before. Abstraction, who done the port for PS4 version of ARK, they're also really good at their jobs too. They've ported a number of games in the past, so fair play to Wildcard for doing a solid and getting a decent team to do this, and I think the results speak for themselves. What I'm seeing of the game, watching these videos, watching the clips, is that it's running pretty well for a decent mobile game. Now, some of you guys have been giving me feedback off cuff, you know, you're not meant to tell me, but you have been, and saying it's a little bit finicky and it can take a while to get used to, but you're starting to get into it more and more as you're playing it. The idea of playing ARK on mobile might seem a bit alien, and people are probably going, oh man, it's going to be trash. But at the end of the day, if you can play one of your favourite games while you're sitting on the shitter, or you're on the bus, or if you're in class waiting around, then why not? Look at the popularity of Fortnite on mobile. Look at PUBG coming to mobile. It's the future, and I know mobile games have been around for a long time, but they're not really. They've always been them cheap, shitty ass games. Now, before I wax on lyrical and say any more good stuff about it though, there are some bad points. I'm going to cover them before we get to the positives. So of course it is a mobile game, it is going to be free to play. There is going to be buy to win or run purchase stuff that will get you in the game easier, quicker, make you level up, do whatever, take shortcuts. Pretty much every mobile game you've ever played has got something like that, so you can imagine looking at these screenshots, you can tell exactly what kind of stuff you're going to be seeing. Now they're calling it beta bucks, and that's the currency you're going to be using. I'm sure that will be changing actual full release, and you can see some of the things you can do with it, like Outpost, Metal Foundry, Working Bench, Factory. Some of these things aren't there. I don't know if they're just different names, crafting benches, or if not they're whole structures. When you look at the word outpost, it says an essential outpost of weapon enhancements. That looks to me like it's a proper actual, you know, construction, like a pre-built fabricated building. That is such a good idea. That's going to lead me into the good stuff. But yeah, some of this stuff, you know, you can level up your character a little bit. You can give XP boosts by spending real coins, and I imagine there's the coins that you can't, you know, do it. Everything's free at the moment, of course, but that does look like that might change once they get it finalised. So I'm not going to rag on a free game. They all have these in them. If you choose to play games like this, good luck to you. I, in all honesty, have not touched a game on a mobile phone in about 5 years. I kid you not, it's been that long. I might have had like Angry Birds, maybe something like Fruit Ninja on an iPod Touch I had a few years ago, but since then I just don't bother. I'm too busy to be playing games on my mobile when I'm commenting. So you might be used to all this stuff and you might not be thinking it's that bad. I'm sure you can get around some of this stuff. You can play the game in single player as well, and it will have online servers. So it's going to have the full stuff that you would expect from ARK Survival Evolved. You'll be able to play on servers with other people, you'll be able to tribal up, or you can play it single player. So just a few extra bits of information just in case you weren't aware of that. Anywho, I've been waffling on quite a bit about it. What really makes it stand out from, what makes it a good addition that some of these ideas could bring? Well, you're going to be able to place items, build items, within 30 seconds and you can reclaim it. So if you ever had that problem, you've just put like a crafting bench down, a fabricator down, and you've put it in the wrong spot, or you've got to move it quickly, or you just realise that something's not right with it when you've placed it. On mobile, if you place it within 30 seconds, you can reclaim it and it won't cost you anything. That means you can literally pick up any build item and don't worry about it if it accidentally gets placed in the wrong spot. They've only got 30 seconds to do that, but that's still a massive improvement. Why is that not in the full game? You can sleep in single player. They're adding this sleeping mechanic where you can wake yourself up with an alarm. It progresses time basically, like most single player games do. If you play offline, you can do that. You name it, Minecraft, whatever other games you are. I mean, I'm going a bit basic there, but you get the idea. That's a thing you can do on mobile. You can sleep and it will make time go ahead and you can just wake up. So if you're waiting for something to be crafted or made, you can do that. Now, it's not going to do that on the official servers, obviously, and I'm sure there are some limitations to that, but that's such a good idea for console ARK. Why haven't they got that? The building seems quite fluid as well. Now obviously on mobile it's going to be a bit finicky, but it auto fills your next build piece, so you don't have to keep going in inventory and popping items into your hotbar. It just automatically selects whatever you've got left in terms of in your inventory at all. You can place stuff on your boat, so you can place benches on your boat, which makes it a fishing boat, so you can literally go out into deep water and do some proper fishing or take it with you instead of having to lay loads of foundations down on your raft. You can feed your creatures just by looking at them. If you've got food in your hotbar, so say you've got cooked meat and you want to feed it to your dinosaur, you can literally go ahead and highlight it. It will be highlighted in green and you just simply tap on the screen and it feeds the dinosaur. No going into inventory, no riding it and doing it that way where you've got to go inside it and make it eat its own food or do it manually. You can do it just by a tap of a button. Again, why have we not got that? Why can't we put all food in the top right or the bottom right hotbar where you do a passive tame and just go up to your dinosaur and just press feed? And that would be such a cool idea. Now they've got something called quests, and this is probably the biggest one that really made me think about doing this video because I saw the potential. They've got quests, or they call them pursuits, and they're basic simple things like kill a dinosaur, craft a certain weapon, go and find a certain explorer note. But within these quests or these pursuits, it gives you extra XP, I do believe, or it gives you some sort of coinage, and then you can go and do these, and they're like little missions, and that is so what PvE needs. If you're playing single player just on your own, or maybe even with just your friends on PvE, it'd be so cool to have some actual missions where you go and do stuff, and you can take a chance and go and find some stuff and get rewarded for it, rather than just being, running around taming stuff. I mean, that's fun, that's the point of the game, but it'd be really cool if the full game had something like that. Very simple even. Go and craft 20 pieces or something, or go and find these explorer notes. And that leads me on to the last one so far. There's probably a lot more, but I haven't gone through every single one of them because, as you can see from the length of this video, they're quite long. They've been doing them daily for a good few weeks now. That's why I'm showing them to you as well. Unless you're on Twitter, you'd never see this because they haven't got a YouTube channel. I don't think they've been posting them anywhere else. So I thought that would be a good idea to show you. But the last one is with that quest system, there's a pulsing. You bring up your map, and on the map it shows you where there might be an explorer note as part of your quest. So when you're doing this pursuit, this quest, it floats, it shows you exactly on the map. So that'd be great if you could use that on the real game. I know it's quite fun going around and finding an explorer note, but it'd be even better if the compass vibrated or showed you exactly where one was, or if you was in the vicinity of one. I know there's some creatures that do that now, and that's a good addition as well, but definitely I think they should make that addition with the compass, and the pursuit idea or the quest idea is really good. So ultimately they're just some very simple basic stuff, but I can't believe when you see it like this working on a mobile game why we haven't got it on the actual full game. It just makes me wonder, like, please put this in ARK. Go ahead and make some of these changes. You let me know if you've been playing the mobile version, what else is there that you'd like to see implemented into the full game? What else good ideas is there? Is there anything bad? Obviously apart from the microtransactions and maybe making you pay to win, what other bad stuff is there from the mobile so far? Is it finicky to use? What do you feel about it? Give me some feedback in the comment section down below. I'm going to play out the rest of these videos now. I cut them all, I shortened them all as best as I could, so you just get an introduction from the guys who seem really cool. The fact they're doing this daily, so big shout out to them. Go and watch the videos, go and let me know what you think, but I've pretty much paraphrased quite a bit. There is a little bit more. It shows detail about dying, flyers, fishing boats, full chat, lots of stuff like that. But generally, I've hopefully gone through the more important things they've been doing the last few weeks. I am Jade Plays Games for all the best ARK Survival Evolved news, covering every single console, device, you name it. I'm going to be giving you all the news. Make sure you've got notifications turned on. I will be taking a look at the Switch version as it comes out and as we get more information about that as well. And if you guys want to see more of the War Drum daily videos, I'll do another video highlighting what they've been working on in maybe a week or two. Until then, ratbags, I'll see you later.
A nice little fishing dock right along the Southern River, and what I'm going to do is go to the end here and open my inventory. And as you can see, I've already got a chair, which is crucial for this step, in my hotbar, but we still need to put some bait on the fishing rod. So just like the ARK that you know and love, you can use sap or giant bee honey or leech blood to go fishing. We're going to use sap today. I'm just going to tap and hold it and drag it onto my fishing rod. You can see that the fishing rod highlights green when you've tapped and held to show you that you can put it on that item. And so then we just double tap the fishing rod. It goes straight into a free slot on our hotbar. And now here we are at the end of the dock. We're going to pull out the chair, place that at the end, and once you go through that first placement mode, when it highlights blue, you can rotate so you can get a nice little angle going on. We're just going to walk up, and once you get it in your sights, oh, I did that a little too quick there, we'll show you. You get in the top left corner here, you've got a chair button, and you're going to select that and sit in the chair. Now we pull out our fishing rod, and we just aim at the water. There's a bunch of fish down here already, so this should go pretty smoothly. Look at that, right in the water. Now we wait until we get a bite. Usually happens within a minute or so. Alright, and we got a bite. So as you can see, my mini games popped up, and we're going to just follow the commands on the left side of the screen by swiping. And as long as you do all of them correctly before the meter runs out, I should get a whole bunch of loot. And there's my loot streaming in. We caught a coelacanth, and now we can just look at our inventory, look at all that sweet good stuff. So here, same method of mounting. We're going to get in there. You have the same degree of freedom to turn it however you see fit, and we're going to fire a rocket at our good old buddy T-Rex here. Again, just double tap on the right side of the screen. Oh, and I just barely got him. So we're going to open up our inventory here, and as you can see, the Raptor saddle is one that you'll get down at level 18. So we've already gone ahead and crafted a Raptor saddle. I've got it in my inventory here, and what you would like to do to equip it is walk up to the Raptor and target it, and then hold down on the right side of your screen to open the Raptor's inventory. I'll show you how to make paint dye. First thing you're going to need is a nice cooking pot. So we've got our cooking pot, which we place on the ground in front of us. Simply select it from your inventory and tap that place button. Now, what any good paint dye needs is either charcoal, gunpowder, or spark powder, along with some berries and some water. We're going to open the cooking pot inventory and place some berries, which I just double tap and transfer the whole stack in there, some spark powder for heat, some charcoal to mix with the berries, and some water. Now we just light the fire, sit back, and wait.
Common messages to say, things that you might not necessarily want to type out, but you can also type if you would like to. It makes that pretty simple. Or if you would like to speech to type, you can dictate it, and it will listen to what I'm saying and then type it out, just like that. So it'll keep this little log on screen to show you what has been said recently. And if you want to view the whole log, because you haven't been paying attention because your dino is in a fight with some other dino, and you're too worried about losing your precious dino to look at the log, you can hold down on this button and it will bring up everything in the log since you've been on the server. So that's pretty useful if you want to scroll back and see if there are people looking to team up, or if you're looking to see what your tribe mates have been up to.
Probably don't need all this stuff, but you know, it's always better to play it safe. Alright, and then we just have to wait out the process here. Alright, looks like we got our Megalodon, so we're going to get him back to our water pen base and get ready to make a saddle for this bad boy.
Show off the Engrams menu. So as you can see here on my screen, I've got my character Jules, and she's level 24. We're already in the Engrams menu here, and as you can see, I've got 280 Engram points available to spend. This is because I ranked all the way up to level 24 and I haven't spent any yet. It's up to you to decide how you want to spend your Engrams. You're never going to be able to get everything without tribing up with other members, so it's best to kind of pick and choose whatever's best for your playstyle. Again, tap on the right side of the screen to mount, and you walk up to a tree here and just simply tap on the right side of the screen to do his slash ability, which is going to give you lots of wood and thatch. Then you go over to bushes and you can swipe up. Oh no, I fell off of him. Well, you're going to swipe up on the left side of the screen, and that's his Twinkle Fingers move, which is going to do his slash, which will get you lots of different fiber creatures that will be available to you upon launch in ARK Survival Evolved on mobile. We've got 5 flyers to show off here. First, I'm going to show you the Pteranodon. This is a basic flyer. It's good for just getting around the island quickly, picking up other creatures or survivors if you want to. But next to him, we've got the Argentavis. The Argentavis is great if you need a little extra carry weight to carry around a bunch of inventory. The Tapihara has a really cool saddle on the back right here that you can fit 2 people in addition to yourself on, so that's great for team flying around the island. And then this big guy in the back here, the punk rock one with the mohawk, that is the Quetzal, and that supports a platform saddle, which we'll show you in another video. But on platform saddles, you can build big bases and essentially have a flying base on the Quetzal here. And then lastly, we've got the Pelagornis, which is great if you want to land on water and use it to catch some fish. And then you just swipe down on the left side of the screen to land, like so, and he's going to enter his landing animation. And we'll get a nice little landing back on the ground there. And that's flying in ARK Survival Evolved. About a cooking pot today, which I've got right here. Same thing, open that cooking pot inventory, and the first thing you're going to want to do is get a fire going. So we're going to put some wood in there, light that fire, and now we need to put all of the ingredients of the Ankylo kibble into that cooking pot. So we're going to put that prime meat jerky, whole stack. I've got some Ankylo eggs here. Put those in there. Mejo berries, fiber, savo root, and lastly some water. Here I've got a water jar. You could also use a water skin or a canteen if you like. And as you saw, the cooking meter started in that top right corner as soon as I got all of the ingredients in there. Another thing you can do is X out of the inventory, and you'll also see that meter under the info box for the cooking pot whenever you target it.
Far away, that's your pink. I don't have any pink. That's your bright red base. So to do that, you have to have a paintbrush or a spray painter. So all I do is take my paint and I hold it down, and then I can drag it onto my paintbrush, or I'll take this fun purple and drag it over here onto my spray painter, and we can go to town painting. So I equip this paintbrush, paint sprayer, and target and paint. Well, look at that. Super simple. The paintbrush is like a whacking, like you punch it. There you go.